Alright, good morning. So I had a pretty decent place to camp last night. In that first clip I showed you just where I camped, the usual, just cowboy camped. And yeah, surrounded by trees, pretty secluded spot. So that was good. I slept a decent amount as well. Got up at 6:30 and I'd gone to bed at like 9, so really I had like 9 hours sleep or something. So feeling well rested, which is good. Today is about maybe 28 miles or something to get to that RV park, which is not too bad considering it's just like on a road, pretty flat, so it should be fairly easy to get there, and I'll probably get there with lots of time before sunset. So yeah, the goal is El Vedo Dam RV Park and Ranch or something, Cooper's Ranch, I don't know what it's called. Anyway, today might not be very eventful, we'll see. Pretty much just walking on road, so yeah, I don't know, maybe the scenery will start to change a bit. In the distance it's more mountainous and there are a lot more trees, so things are starting to change. All of a sudden, I'm suddenly going to be in Colorado at like 10,000 feet, so yeah. So things are looking pretty good for this road walk so far. Haven't seen any dogs. There are very few properties and people have waved at me and stuff. And I also went past one property. I think it's probably the woman that stopped by last night to offer to let me camp on her ranch. But basically there was a sign on the side of the road saying like, CDT hikers, you're welcome to camp on this stretch of land here by the road. So that was really nice. Obviously, I'm just walking by in the morning, so I'm not camping there, but it's good to know that there are people out here who know what we're doing and are welcoming to us, because there's definitely not many CDT hikers doing this road walk. A lot of people got through before the fire closures and did the trail, and then of the people that got there when the fire closures were in place, it seems like I've only met one, maybe two people so far who are doing this road walk out of the dozens of people that I've met. So yeah, it's not a lot of people doing this road. So the other thing is, this is all national forest now, basically. So I'm walking past the national forest. This is Santa Fe National Forest by my side, and the road is still open. The public road is open. You're allowed on the road, but the national forest is closed. But I actually, and that's good because it means I'm not going past private property anymore, so it decreases the chances of weird people and dogs and stuff, because it's just national forest. And it'll be this way for a while. I don't know for how long, maybe 10 miles or something. But yeah, anyway, I just walked by a tent. Someone had pitched their tent right beside the road, between some trees, and to me it looked like a Z-Pax tent. It looked like a Z-Pax duplex, which is pretty much the most common tent that like thru hikers use. So it seems like that was a CDT hiker. I was kind of surprised they didn't go a bit deeper in, be a bit more well hidden, because it wouldn't be difficult just to go a bit deeper and hide yourself a bit better, because you're definitely not allowed to be camping in the national forest. But it was probably someone that was like more worried about camping on private property than national forest, which makes sense. So but yeah, also it's like 9:30 or 9:45, still in your tent. I mean, fair enough, maybe really tired or something, but I was just kind of surprised. So I guess there are still some private properties around here. even though it's national forest. I just walked past, it was like a wooden cabin, but there was a sign out the front. I didn't film any of it because I didn't want them to be like looking out the window or anything, but there was a sign which said no trespassing, and then there was like a picture of like assault rifle or something and a scope. So, you know, trespassers will be shot basically. And then there was also some sign. It was, most of the writing was too small to read from where I was. I didn't want to get too close, but it said something about God and something about guns. Probably something about it being like a God-given right to bear arms or something, I don't know. But yeah, so there's still people out here like that, even if I'm in the national forest. Also, this road is really straight. You won't be able to see, but basically about a mile behind me, I can actually see a person walking. So I think that's obviously the person that was in that tent this morning. So I'm estimating they're about a mile behind me. And pretty soon, when I reach some good tree coverage, I'm going to take a break and let that person catch up. And at this point, I have probably maybe about 18 miles to reach the dam. I guess it's probably pronounced El Vado, not El. I keep saying El Vado, but it's probably El Vado. El Vado Dam. Anyway, 18 miles, and I still have like, well, it says that it's closed until like 6 p.m. to cars at least. So that's like 8 hours. So I can kind of slow down a bit, take some breaks. I don't know, maybe I can get across earlier anyway. I have about 3 liters of water. You know, that's just the water that from when I filled up back at that like gas station yesterday. You know, had about 5 liters when I filled up, or a bit less, and now I'm down to about 3, which should be fine to get all the way there. And this road walk has become a lot more remote now. You know, the properties are really far apart, and now it's basically just national forest. Yesterday, when I was near that area with the gas station, that was like where that guy shouted at me, and there really wasn't much around there. It was kind of a town, but not really. Just the properties were basically just a bit closer together, and there was the gas station with the shop, and there was a fire station, and there was like 2 churches, like a Mormon church and a Jehovah's Witness hall or something like that. So that was pretty much all that was there. I don't know if Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses are like pretty similar or something. I didn't realize I'd see both of those like in such close proximity, but yeah. Alright, so I've just been taking a nice long break underneath this tree. I've been here for about 2 hours now. I figured, you know, I have all day to get to El Vado Dam, to get to that RV park, so not in too much of a hurry. Definitely got to get moving at some point. Well, I'm going to pack up now and start moving because I only have about 2.5 litres of water left, and I got about 16 miles, so I'm thinking I can do it in about 5 hours, but yeah, it should be fine. It's not too hot, but yeah, I let that guy catch up to me, the guy who I saw earlier behind me on the road and whose tent I passed, and obviously he's a CDT hiker, and chatted to him for a bit about the road walk and all that, and he said he hasn't seen any other hikers doing this, so I'm the only one that he's seen, and yeah, same for him, he's the only guy I've seen. He did a slightly different route, similar to me after leaving Grants, but he actually cut back in and went into the national forest thinking he probably wouldn't get caught, so yeah, he actually did some hiking on the trail in the national forest. But yeah, I don't know, I've been here for a while, so I don't know if I'll see him again because I've been here for like 2 hours, so I don't know where he is. He said he wasn't planning on staying at the RV park, he wanted to go beyond it and just stealth camp somewhere so he wouldn't have to pay, I guess. But yeah, I think I'll stay at the RV park, that way I don't have to worry about, you know, stealth camping or, you know, being on private property or anything like that. So I'm finally on dirt road now. It was paved road for longer than I expected, honestly. It was paved road for like maybe 32 or 33 miles since leaving Cuba. And before Cuba, I did like maybe 5 miles of paved road as well to get into town. So been on like paved road for like 37 miles, which is not great. There's actually quite a noticeable difference when you're walking on paved road, the impact it has on your joints and like on your feet and everything. So I'm happy to be on dirt road now. Dirt road for like 16 miles, that sign said, so that's good. So it's not necessarily a 34-mile water carry or whatever I said it was, as long as you're willing to fill up from a cow pond like that, which I'm just skipping because I have enough water to make it to that RV park. But if I was desperate, I'd fill up there, but it's pretty disgusting water, those kind of cow ponds, you know. Alright, so it's about 7 o'clock now. Still have a few more miles until I actually reach the dam. I've been really taking it easy, just going at a chill and relaxed pace today, taking some nice long breaks in the shade. Didn't really need to, but I'm not really in a hurry, so just kind of hanging out. I'm also not really in a hurry to reach Colorado. I'm going to be in Colorado in like 2 days, which is kind of crazy. I didn't expect to reach Colorado this early. But the mileage has just been less than I originally anticipated for New Mexico, just because of all the reroutes and different alternates and stuff. But yeah, it seems like the snow in Colorado is pretty low compared to an average year. So I'm not bringing an ice axe or micro spikes into Colorado, which is why I'm just not really in a massive hurry to reach Colorado yet, because it'd be nice for the snow to melt off a little bit. Also, after I left the national forest land, like I said before, the road is open, the public road is open. It's just on the sides, it's national forest, which is closed. But anyway, after I left the national forest, it's now become Apache, like native or indigenous land. So yeah, it's definitely like no camping or anything without a permit in this area, which is why I'm heading to the RV park. But yeah, this is Apache land. I think most of the like native or indigenous lands that I've gone through have been Navajo. I know that when I was doing that alternate or the rerouting after Grants heading towards Cuba, I know that some of that land must have been Navajo because, well, yeah, I looked at the maps and it was Navajo land, and pretty much everyone that drove past us, everyone we saw in that area was native or indigenous, and I assume they were all Navajo. So yeah, it's interesting going through these areas. It's just like there are these certain areas where it seems like pretty much everyone in the area, or at least a lot of the people going around are all like native or indigenous. And I've had 2 people so far today stop by and ask if I'm alright, you know, just seeing if I need anything. And I told them both I was fine, so probably could have asked for some water. I'm not like majorly dehydrated or anything, but probably could have drank a bit more water today. I mean, I'll be fine. I still have like half a litre left, and I'll be able to get water pretty soon when I get down to the RV park. So, but I definitely could have asked for some, and I think, you know, people would have given me a drink. It's also been strange today, you know, just walking on these roads and thinking, you know, that Dread Pirate, Overhill and Clean Sweep are all in Colorado right now. They all went in together from Chalmer. They hitched up to Cumbres Pass, which is kind of the first real access point in Colorado. And yeah, I don't know, it's just strange to think, like, I probably won't see them again. At least I won't see Clean Sweep and Overhill again, I don't think, because they go at a pretty quick pace. Potentially I'll catch Dread Pirate, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, it's just been strange, like walking on these roads alone. It's pretty boring, nothing going on really. And like thinking about the fact that they're all in Colorado. But I wouldn't have had it any other way. Like, I would have felt really weird just like hitching up there. It feels like you're basically just like suddenly teleported into Colorado. And I feel like I've spent so much time walking through New Mexico, thinking about, you know, walking towards Colorado, the scenery's changing. To me, it just would feel wrong to skip up. So I'm happy I'm doing it the way I am. But it's strange, like the number of people that I've met who are now in Colorado, because there were a lot of people I met in Grants at the hostel who are all now like even a few days into Colorado. But yeah, I'm happy with the way I'm doing it, because I know for a fact that like if I had skipped anything, by the time I reached the Canadian border, I know that it would feel so anticlimactic, like reaching the border, you know, having hiked for months, but knowing that I didn't actually walk from Mexico to Canada would feel weird. And so to me, this is a minor inconvenience, just for the pleasure of being able to feel like I actually walked the whole way, you know.